Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is smoked lamb shoulder with mint chimichurri. A while back I was cooking at a festival called Bourbon and Beyond in Louisville, Kentucky. Had a great time, cooked a ton of food, and one of the local farms that we got hooked up with is called Freedom Run Farm. They raise lamb and it's fantastic. It was so good that I was like, we have to cook this shoulder on the channel. So that's what we're doing today, and we're gonna pair it up with a mint chimichurri. And you guys are used to seeing me make chimichurris. We make chimichurri all the time around here, but we've never done a mint chimichurri, and lamb seemed like the perfect occasion. So like I said, we're working with lamb shoulder here. There's a lot of bones and stuff going on inside of this thing. You've got some ribs attached here as well. We're gonna just season it all up, smoke it just like a pork butt until it shreds apart, and then we'll get rid of those bones at the end. So not really doing any trimming on this thing. We're just gonna go right into seasoning it, slather it with some of our W sauce, good Worcestershire base. And then for seasoning today, we're using Cattleman's Grill Roadhouse. This has a lot of great kind of Southwest flavors to it. It's fantastic for beef, but I've discovered that it's actually just as good, if not better, for lamb. Let's hit the meat side now. So we're gonna be doing the overnight cook technique on this one, just like I like to do with my briskets, where you throw this on with the smoker set to 190 and just let it ride all night long. Wake up in the morning and crank it up to finish it off. That way, you're sleeping through most of the cook, not waiting for the meat to be done. It's a good way to make sure that your big meats are ready for dinner the next day. Put it on the night before, especially when you're working with, you know, the Yoders, kind of set it and forget it kind of thing. All right, let's get what's left on the board and take this thing over to the smoker. Today we're cooking on the Yoder Smokers YS480S pellet grill. We're gonna set it to 190 degrees for the overnight smoke. So we're gonna throw this on the second shelf. You're gonna feel around where's the meatiest portion of this, so we can stick a probe in here, monitor it from your phone overnight if you want to. But for now, we're gonna throw you over to the one that's been smoking last night that I put on. So you can see we've got beautiful bark, we've got great browning. This thing looks amazing. You got those little fat pockets forming. Internal, like I said, 165 right now, so this thing is ready to wrap. So we're gonna place this meat side down on top of 2 sheets of heavy-duty foil and get it wrapped up as tight as possible without puncturing the foil. And just return that to the grill. Now let's go ahead and put together this mint chimichurri. So we're gonna use equal parts parsley and mint leaves for our chimichurri today. 1 cup of each. Let's get it minced up. Now we've got 1 cup of Italian flat leaf parsley. I'm gonna break that down nice and fine too. Now this is never gonna touch a blender. A lot of times we'll run the chimichurri through a food processor or blender or something like that. We're gonna go fully rustic today, just all the knife work. Next we're gonna break down this shallot for 2 tablespoons of minced shallot. I'm gonna break the shallot down pretty fine, so the smaller you cut it at first, the easier, less work you have to do afterward. But even if you feel like these chunks might just be a little bit too big, like if you just bite into one raw, let's go ahead and run your knife through there once or twice more. Now for our garlic, we just want 1 teaspoon. The garlic's going in. And then right behind it, we're gonna add a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We've got 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I'm gonna do a half teaspoon of the Jacobsen black garlic infused sea salt. And then we've got our olive oil. We need 6 tablespoons. Just give all of this a stir. Throw it into a container and stick it in the fridge until we're ready to use it. Olive oil and red wine vinegar. together. Those carry all the flavors. That mint's popping hard. Really nice though. Balanced out by the parsley. Get a little bit of bite of like spiciness from the little bits of garlic that are in there. This is a really nice combination. Our shoulder's been on and wrapped for about 3 hours now, so the temperature has come up above 200 degrees, 203, 205, but really what we're gonna look for when we pop this thing open is all of this stuff separated. That bone pops right out. That's a good indication that we're ready to shred this stuff. We'll start pulling bones out of here so we can get to the meat of the matter and get it all shredded up. Those ribs just peel off of there. And kind of pick through here, get the good meat off of there. Probably a lot of little good nuggets you could gnaw on there in between the bones if you like. And then we've still got the blade bone. That looks like it's gonna slip out nice and easy. Look at that, clean. Beauty. All right, let's get in here. Look at that. I've kind of stopped resting my big meats if I'm gonna shred them like this. The whole point of resting your meat is to let the juices redistribute evenly, but when you're shredding it up, all the juices are gonna go right into the shredded meat in the end anyway. So I've kind of skipped that step, which is nice. It's kind of just ready to eat when it comes out. Then again, if you do need to hold it warm, this will hold warm in a cooler for hours with the kind of heat that it's already got in it. Now this stuff looks pretty good and juicy already, but then we add back the juices from the foil. Now it's ridiculously juicy. And once this stuff is shredded, it'll just soak those liquids right back up. We just plate up some little individual servings here. Hit that with the mint chimichurri on top. All right, let's get a bite. Some of the best lamb I've ever had. There's some quality lamb right there. The chimichurri on top, it's fantastic because it's so bright. The lamb is so unctuous and savory and fatty. It's delicious. But the way that that mint chimichurri cuts through it, I love the contrast. And the mint, I mean, it's the first thing I taste out of that chimichurri. That and the tang of the red wine vinegar, killer combination. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you want to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.